Hello and welcome back. So now that you're feeling confident in your ability to stick to your keto diet, it is time to start planning what you're going to be feeding yourself in the weeks to follow. So during any season of your keto lifestyle, one of the key main components to staying on track and being successful reaching your health goals is to prepare the majority of what you're eating at home. So growing babies mean hungry mamas. So it's important that you get into the habit of having really simple keto meals at home that you can throw together. I saw this meme the other day on social media, and it was so perfect to me because this was me. I've tried following meal plans. I have done 30-day meal plans with that came with cookbooks. I have downloaded like every free meal plan that's on any keto blog and tried to follow it. And it's just a lot of work. It can be very overwhelming, but just cooking a new recipe and doing that day after day is a lot. And my life just doesn't happen to follow the schedule like I'd like it to. So it ends up being a lot. I'm going to show you a much simpler way. Oh, I've also done the batch cooking and freezer meals. So before my due date, I put together this whole major thing. My sister and I did it together. We made spreadsheets with recipes and prep work and shopping lists, and oh my Lanta, it was a lot. I destroyed my kitchen, spent well over 8 hours doing these freezer meals, and in the end I didn't even like all the recipes and threw some of them out. Maybe they stayed in my freezer for a very long time. So there are now available keto freezer meal recipe books and plans, but it's a lot more. This is going to be more simple than doing that whole shenanigans. Oh, so maybe this is you. Maybe you're someone who's learning about keto for the first time. So you might have tried some recipes, but you haven't gone all in yet because you're stuck in the overwhelm. Figuring out every meal for every day and counting the macros and the special ingredients and the tracking just is a lot for a busy mom season that you're in. This was me 100%. I was researching keto for well over a year before I started, but it was so drastically different than everything that I knew, and it seemed like so much cooking. It was too many things. So a lot of people get stuck here. I wish I knew. I wish I knew when I started and was killing myself trying to make all the things from scratch and tracking and supplementing. I wish I knew that it didn't have to be all that complicated. My two favorite things about keto are the simplicity. I can strip my eating way down, and I'm still super confident that I'm getting everything that my body needs and everything that my baby needs. And that I'm going to feel totally satisfied eating those foods. I've even cut down on dishes and food waste and just made my life a lot more simple, but I don't feel deprived in any way. It's super satisfying way to eat. And when it's time to celebrate or, you could still have keto treats, and there's tons of ways to have fun with keto food. So it can be super, but it's a very versatile way of eating as well. And I've learned that not every single meal needs to be exciting or different to be enjoyable. There's several dishes that are very simple, clean keto that I enjoy enough to have more than once a week. So omelets are one of them. They can be anything. Like you can throw whatever you have in your kitchen into an omelet. They're quick, they're easy to change up and make different, or they can be super simple and they're still very delicious. Burgers are the same way. You can make a super simple version or use what you have. And I have burgers and omelets on my menu every single week. I'm not sick of them at all, but if I were, I could easily swap them out for a few weeks, give them a rest, and that's very easy to do with the meal planner that I'm going to show you. Here it is. Here's the meal planner that I use. I found this on the Minimal Mom blog. She's awesome, and if you get really into simplifying your life like I did, you should definitely check her out. She has a great explanation on her video of how she uses it, and she has a downloadable version. I'll put the link below. This is my personal keto version of it. So I've ketofied it, and I'm going to walk you through how I use it for the keto diet so you can make your own. So to start, here's how it works. The first thing you want to do is make a list of your favorite or go-to keto meals. I have them in these categories. You can make whatever categories work for you. So I have really quick recipes that I can make. So that's where the omelets are, chicken and burgers. And I also make some skillets that are very easy. I left a blank space there so that I could change those up with whatever meat usually is on sale. And then I have other weeknight recipes. So these are meals that maybe take a little bit longer, have a little bit more cutting up or prep work to do, but they're still pretty quick to come together. And then once or twice a week, I'll make one of these meals that are longer and more involved. And usually I make these in bigger batches, like a huge batch of chili, or last week I made lasagna. I made 3 casserole dishes of it and put the other 2 in the freezer. I don't know what's downloading, but. And then lunches. I have those things that are prepped ahead of time or easy to grab to take for lunches. The next thing I do is I take those recipes and I put all the ingredients that I need onto the shopping list portion. So for the omelets, I add the eggs, I add the cheddar, and the ground pork and bacon that I'll use in those. And then I go to the next thing that's on the recipe. So for burgers, I need ground beef. I need maybe cheddar cheese as well. Anything, and then onion. So I'll add all the ingredients for every single one of those recipes, and I'll make sure it's on my master shopping list. This is my master shopping list. If I was going to make every one of those meals, I would buy everything on this shopping list. Makes sense? I also added this miscellaneous section because these are things that I get when I'm at the store anyways. So my coffee, toilet paper, soda water, those are things I get. So that's what it looks like. My shopping list is at the top. My meals are at the bottom. And I've separated my shopping list into the sections in the grocery store. In the middle, my mom talks about how she does it in the order she walks through the store. So she walks through the pantry section first, then the proteins along the back, the dairies down the other side, and then, she goes to the frozen section last and produce on the other end. So that way it's really easy to go through your list. So here's how it works. When you are getting ready to go to the grocery store or making your meal plan for the week, or you're sitting in the pickup line for school on Monday afternoon and you're doing your meal prep, you pull this sheet of paper out. I print it out on actual paper, and I use the highlighter, and I highlight the meals that I'm going to make for the week. So I look at my schedule, see how many nights I need dinner for or what's going on, and I just highlight. So yes, I eat the same things over and over again, but it's enough variety that it's fine, and they're the meals that we really like. So I don't get sick of them, like I said. So I just highlight, I'm going to have burgers and omelets this week. I'll throw together some spaghetti sauce. I'll have a couple nights where I can make longer meals. So I did 2 soups here. And I'll do a big batch of meatballs. I highlight everything that I'm going to make. And then for those meals I'm going to make, I highlight the shopping list. Now this is really easy to do because these are recipes I make all the time. So I know without even pulling up the recipe what I need to make those things. Super simple, very easy. But if I were to make a new recipe just to throw it in there, it's so easy just to add that in. I could, add extra items right onto this list. There's enough blank space that it would fit in, and it's no problem. So I just highlight the items and I'm ready to go. It literally takes 5 minutes, and I have my meal plan for the week. I have my shopping list, and I can so easily any day of the week go to the fridge, pull out what I need, and throw together a really delicious meal. It's so simple, guys. So I will put a link that you can print out my shopping list to use as an example. And if you go to the Minimal Moms link below, she has one that you can edit, I think, to put your own foods and stuff in, an editable version. I just have this one printed out with my meals on it that I make. How does that sound? Doesn't it sound easy to do? I am so, it's going to change your life. And just using this will super simplify your life. It's really awesome. I want you to be ahead of the game. So let me know what your favorite quick and easy meals are in the comments on this video, and so that we can help each other out putting together our meal lists.